To give an example of how these principles that we have had quite a thorough exposure to now of sound and how sound can change in Arabic, to give an example of how these can interact when you're speaking to really change the way things sound, we can look at the sentence now. We will see how the concept of the helping vowel and the loss of a small sound can interact to really change the end product, let's say. The words for 6 months. 6 months is sit shuhur, if I say it slowly. If I say it faster, maybe I will say sittu shuhur, and the helping vowel I put there is u. Sittu shuhur. If I say it even more fluently, I might say situshhur, situshhur. So we end up stressing the helping vowel, the helping u, and that means that the u of shuhur gets lost. Situshhur. So actually here in this sentence we see the interaction of two sound concepts that we learned. We see the helping vowel, sit, shuhur, becoming situshhur, and we also see the helping vowel taking the stress, causing that small i or u to fall away, and we end up with situshhur. So this might seem overwhelming, but if you don't shy away from it and analyze when you come across what might feel like an uncomfortable sound change, you will notice that they are the same principles occurring over and over. For example, this is the same as what happens in rayeh, rayha. We said small I or U can disappear, and we also mentioned that it can disappear across word boundaries. For example, ana misafir can become ana msafir in fluent speech. So there we had the small I being lost across the word boundaries. Ana misafir to ana msafir. And that's exactly what happens in sidushhur. So if you analyze these changes you hear popping up, you will notice that actually you have the same principles occurring time and again. You might even hear minl. Minl is min il, from the minl. Again, the same concept again, a small I disappearing, the small I of il. So you don't have to do this when you speak, no, especially at the beginning where you're speaking slowly. But if you do, it will add something to your speech. It will allow you to sound less robotic in Arabic. So this and doing this will add something to your speech in Arabic, but it's not a barrier to speaking. You don't have to do this to speak. No, but if you do, and if you observe and analyze and pick up these changes that occur and you apply them to your own speech, you're going to sound much more human, less robotic in Arabic, much more like a native speaker. And this in turn is going to allow you to express and show yourself a lot more in Arabic. Now, of course, we're focusing on the peculiarities of the Egyptian dialect, but this analysis, which we've learned to do during this course, you can do in any dialect that you choose to pick up. Can was he was or it was. How would we say they were?
كانوا.
Good. And they were not?
ما كانوش.
ما كانوش. Good. Do you remember how to say she was?
كانك. كانت.
كانت. Good. You could say she was at Ahmed's place. How would you say that?
كانت عند أحمد.
Good. كانت عند أحمد. You could also say she was in Ahmed's house. So in the house of Ahmed, and we don't need that of, so how would that be?
كانت في بيت أحمد.
Good. كانت في بيت أحمد. Good. So this construction actually of بيت أحمد, Ahmed's house, house of Ahmed, you can remember with a very common saying which is أم الدنيا, أم الدنيا. Dunya means mother of the world, and it's a saying that is used often to refer to Egypt, obviously alluding to the historical past of Egypt. So you hear that a lot. Dunya. Is mother, dunya is world, and the world, il dunya, becomes iddunya, iddunya. So dunya is mother of, invisible of, the world. So you will hear this saying around, and it's a very nice reminder of how to work this construction. Ummi Dunya, mother of the world, and then you can replace these words with anything like Beit Ahmed, house of Ahmed. Telephone, Said, Said's telephone, telephone of Said. So, means mother. How do you say my mother?
أمي.
Ummi. And there's two M's here. Ummi.
أمي.
Yeah, ummi. My mother's house would be?
بيت أمي.
Good. She was in my mother's house.
كانت في بيت أمي.
Good. كانت في بيت أمي. Good. She was not in my mother's house. So how would you turn كانت, she was, into she was not?
ما كانتش.
Brilliant. ما كانتش. And we have the accent on the end there because of the consonant cluster, because of the two consonant sounds, t, sh, on the last syllable, pulling that accent onto the last syllable. ما كانتش. So, she was not in my mother's house.
ما كانتش في بيت أمي.
Good. ما كانتش في بيت أمي. What was the word for big?
كبير.
Kabir can become Akbar. This pattern from Kabir to Akbar, we get bigger or biggest or more big or most big. Now, we can't do this with all root sounds. We only can do this with certain root sounds. We couldn't take, for example, the sounds of mashghul and put them into the Akbar pattern to make busier or busiest or more busy or most busy. But we have a way of getting around this. The word for a lot in Arabic is katir. Katir. This means a lot, and you can also use it like often.
كتير.
Katir. And, no, it sounds like a pattern that we know. Now, can you think of any other words that sound like katir?
كريم.
Karim, Kabir, Katir, same pattern. You can take the sounds of katir, which means a lot or often, and put them into this Kabir Akbar pattern to get the word for more often or more or most. How would that be?
أكتر.
Aktar. Good. So if you want to say more busy or busier, no, or busiest, you can just say busy more.
مشغول أكتر.
Yes, but it's important not to assimilate this r as a g. No, it's mashghul. We have a r there, like in the word shoghl for work. No, those are our roots. Sh, r, l. Mashghul. Mashghul aktar. Busier or busiest.